Silverado, it's your assistant principal, Mr. Dennis, with the Silverado Independent News. Our top story. As you're aware, 3 weeks ago, all the dad jokes in the country were stolen. But thanks to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the dad jokes have been recovered. For more on this story, we go to Mr. Markovich. Mr. Markovich?
Last night, the FBI recovered the stolen dad jokes here. Apparently, the thieves were hiding it in this database. And now, back to Mr. Dennis in the newsroom.
Thank you, Mr. Markovich. A local scientist at Stanford University found out which water does not freeze. Turns out, it's hot water. Hot water does not freeze. National Census just released a report saying there's been an influx of dentists moving to Las Vegas, Nevada. When asked, the mayor, Carolyn Goodwin, stated they're thinking of changing the name to Floss Vegas. And now with the weather, we go to Mr. Martinez. Mr. Martinez?
Yesterday, there was a cow who was lifted in the air by a tornado. It was an utter disaster. We expect fog tomorrow morning in Southern California. The good news is, when it's lifted, you see LA. Get it? Here in the weather department, we finally answered the age-old question. What does a cloud wear under its raincoat? Turns out it's thunder wear. Back to the newsroom with Mr. Dennis.
This just in. A student is hospitalized for eating his homework. When asked why he would eat his homework, the student stated, "Because my teacher said it was a piece of cake." That's a smart kid.
And now a word from our sponsor. 'Twas the best of Shire. 'Twas the Worcestershire. Worcestershire sauce. You could put that stuff on something.
And this is sports with Mr. Mugia.
Thank you, Mr. Dennis. Major League Baseball is making a change to singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" during the baseball games. They decided to stop singing since everyone's already at the baseball game. Fans were heard complaining about the sorry state of the football team. "I blame the general manager," said the first fan. "If he'd signed better players, we'd be a great team." "I blame the players," said the second fan. "If they'd made more of an effort, we'd score more points." "I blame my parents," said the third. "If I'd been born in San Francisco, I'd be supporting a decent team." MLB is deciding to change the uniforms of the players to wearing armor, but it's only for 9 games. For the latest news, we go back to Mr. Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. Mugia. There's a new fad coming out of Ding Dong, Texas, where you only eat almonds. According to the Food and Drug Administration, that diet is just nuts. A toddler in Burke Corn, Alabama, was arrested for refusing to take a nap. When asked, the DA stated he was being charged with resisting arrest. Thank you, Silverado, for watching the news. This past week was the first time in almost 8 months that we welcomed students back on our campus. We here at SMS are very happy that we were able to see students walking these halls, going into classrooms. Teachers were ecstatic, administration was overjoyed, and we can't wait until we can welcome all of our students/family back here at Silverado Middle School. Keep up the good work. I am Mr. Dennis. I love you 3000. Are you getting a phone call? Riri? Yes. Yes, Riri. I would love to be in your video. Yeah, absolutely. I could be a backup dancer. I could be the backup dancer. Of course. Yes. We can. Yes, of course. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye, Riri.